Continuing on with the second part of this review, I'm now looking at problems 15 through 17, and these once again are all unit circle kinds of problems. So let's just do, we'll do 15 and 17. These are not very difficult. So 15 says, find the exact values of all x in the interval 0 to 2 pi that satisfy the equation cosine of x equals 1/2. So we're looking in the 0 to 2 pi interval, which means we're looking, now these, when we're talking about x's, we're talking about angles, because basically here's our equation. I want to find the value for x that makes this equation true. It's almost like solving an equation. And I'm being told I want x to be between 0 and 2 pi. So x is going to be an angle. So basically, I'm going to look at one trip around my unit circle, and I'm trying to find the points where the cosine of x is 1/2. Which in a sense means I'm trying to find the points where the x value is 1/2, right? Because the cosine is the x value of each point. So the idea is, here's my unit circle. I start here, and I start moving through my key points, and I'm trying to see which of those key points will have an x value of 1/2. That's going to be the solution to my problem. First thing I realize is, since the cosine is positive, any solution is going to be in quadrant 1 or quadrant 4, because that's where cosine is positive. So let's look in these two quadrants and find some points where the x coordinate of that point is 1/2. So I've got my three key points here in both these quadrants. If I think about my first quadrant and I say which point has an x coordinate of 1/2, and I realize it's this point right here, because that point right there is 1/2 square root of 3/2. That means the cosine of that angle is 1/2. And what is this angle right here? That's pi over 3. So far, I know one of the solutions is pi over 3. The cosine of pi over 3 is 1/2. But now I've got another, when I go all around the unit circle, I have to include this fourth quadrant. And I know there's also a point in that fourth quadrant where the cosine of x is 1/2. In other words, I need to go find the point in this fourth quadrant where the x coordinate is 1/2. And it's also going to be this point here where the denominator of my angle is 3, and in this case, that point there is 5 pi over 3. So there are actually two angles, two values of x where the cosine of the angle equals 1/2. Pi over 3 and 5 pi over 3. Let's look at number 17. It looks sort of fun. Now they're saying the interval is 0 to 6 pi. What does that mean? That means I go around the unit circle 3 times. The first time around is from 0 to 2 pi. The second time around is from 2 pi to 4 pi. And the third time around is from 4 pi to 6 pi. And as I'm going around the unit circle, I want to find the angles, or in this case the values of x, where the sign is -1. If I think about my unit circle, where is the sign -1? There's actually only one place on the unit circle that signs -1, and that's down here at the bottom, sort of the negative point on the y-axis. My first trip around the unit circle, what is that coordinate? Well, that's actually 3 pi over 2. So one of my solutions is going to be 3 pi over 2. Now when I make the second trip back around, what's this point going to be? Well, really what I'm doing, I'm adding 2 pi to it. So I make another trip around. So 2 pi, I can think of 4 pi over 2. 7 pi over 2 is also a solution. But then I got to make one more trip around. So I add another 2 pi. And that should be 11 pi over 2. So there are actually 3 angles, 3 solutions to this problem. So once again, these are all just based upon knowledge of the unit circle, and these problems are not very hard.